So you already taking away the health care. Only getting a bunch of cans and dry stuff.
My girl is so beautiful. That is why I love her so.
You're right. That's everybody talking about the cheese.
I can't get enough.
It was, but I remember standing that long ass line to get it.
Just makes me feel so in love. She just brighten up my life like the stars up above. Oh baby, oh baby.
A pretty girl me want, 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 a pretty girl me want. Malvo, that one you have 50-50, 50 for you, 50 for me. Live Atlanta, gone down to Miami. And the girl them no stop from study. And the sing and the DJ, the girl them a free. Me can't left the producer lean up on a tree. Tell the digital fi program down a Melanie. Miriam win some Jennifer and Bouncy.
Cause anytime I close my eyes, I think of how you really make me feel. You are my lady, and I gotta show my love is real. With all my heart, I wanna be with you wherever you are.
All of the girls them a fairy, all of them pretty. Me say none of them no ugly. See it then. All of the girls them a fairy, all of them pretty. Me say none of them no ugly. That means say that when you no humpy dumpy. None of every girl them they no have job. See, not touch the stage and come off empty. All for one to got the guava jelly. Over up and them we give her it. Well, this a one you are the big duty free. Can't get me out of the girl them fussy. To get acquainted man is not no training.
My girl is so beautiful. That is why I love her so. Every time she comes around, I can't get enough of her. Smile is so contagious, makes me feel so in love. She just brighten up my life like the stars up above. Oh baby, oh baby.
Come now, all of the girls them a fairy. All of them pretty, me say none of them no ugly. See it then. All of the girls.
You're listening to Elevations Radio, your station for uplifting lifestyle and wellness talk radio.
Hey y'all, this is Robin Hill, owner of Elevations Radio. I want to invite you all out this Monday, February 19th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. for the Connect Networking Mixer. Our theme for this one is building community. What do you do? What do you need? Let's build our community up. Come on out and network with each other. Tell us what you do and what you need so we can help each other build. The Connect is about supporting businesses, and we are supporting Cavante's Restaurant and Lounge. So make sure you come on out to Cavante's and purchase something from the menu and support one another, get to know each other, and help us build our businesses. Cavante's is located at 691 Richmond Road, Richmond Heights, Ohio, 44143. And again, that's Monday, February 19th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. That's next week, so I'll see you there. Networking at the Connect.
Views expressed on shows are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its management, or other advertisers. Use of these shows and all services provided therein are for personal use only. The Elevations Radio Network holds no responsibility for the validity or accuracy of information on these shows.
Hey fam, welcome to the Let's Be Real with Greg Bam Reeves show here on elevationsradio.com. I am your host, Greg Bam Reeves, along with the beautiful Bonita Rockman.
Hey,
we're finally both back together.
Back.
The last couple of weeks been a little, we've been a little sick, and but we're back. reunited, and it feels so good.
Yes.
This is still Black History Month. This is a long-awaited relationship show. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. We might have to go over again next week because it's a lot
It's a
of
lot to talk
different.
about.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go with this, and yeah, I'm excited about this show.
Yes.
And this day in Black history, the legendary Nat King Cole died at the tender age of 46.
Too young.
I've always been a big admirer of Nat King Cole. For one, he was one of the smoothest black men ever.
I agree.
First one
I agree.
with a network variety show. Mm-hmm. And they said he was so meticulous, like with his clothes, you could take a ruler and measure his pocket hanky. It's going to be the same every single time.
Really?
He was just like really...
I like that.
Yeah, he was real smooth. And he could sing and play and...
Yes.
But
Smooth
them
brother.
cigarettes.
Took him out.
Cigarettes, man. But yeah, that was my boy, Nat King Cole. February 15, 1965. There's a few things I want to get out of the way real quick before we get into relationship stuff, but I did my first show here on Elevations Radio September 7th, 2017. I'm about to say, 100 years ago. 2017. And since then, I think 3 times so far, I've started a show with thoughts and prayers for victims of mass shootings somewhere. Orlando, Las Vegas, and I believe it was one other one. And today, here I go again, Florida. These children in high school. I mean, you have to really be a cold-hearted person not to care about what happened.
You know what? You say as far as those who don't care. I was talking to my sister about this today because she's a school teacher. So I asked her with her students, did they do anything? And she's a kindergarten, so she said no. But, for me, because I go a little deeper as far as the shooters, I do feel bad for them because it's such a cry out for help. And it's like when she was saying, it's like they're looking for attention. And it's sad the way they choose to seek it. She didn't realize that this young male, I can't say man, he was a product of adoption.
Yeah.
And
his biological father died years ago. His biological mother died this past November.
Yes.
But
foremost, the people who died, that's why I ultimately feel sorry for. But it's sad the way that they feel like the extreme that they have to seek out attention.
Yeah.
Because somewhere the ball was dropped for them.
People like to talk about your social networking posts. Like, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't do that. This guy has been on social media.
He put it out
saying
there.
that he was going to do this.
Yeah, he put out there.
And he's probably either made fun of, ignored, whatever. But honestly, right now, I got to be totally honest. I can care less about him right now. I'm just
no, I do. Right. Yeah.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying.
And I feel with you because I don't care. But it is sad the state that he's in, that this is the way you had to seek what you were missing. Because
me and Robin, my producer, we're talking before the show about how this could affect those survivors.
Right.
You're a child, and the child next to you is killed. And you got to live with that. And that could turn into a suicide down the line. Or maybe you become that shooter.
Right, because we don't know how it's going to affect all the other students. I mean, I even think about the one teacher who used his body as a shield to protect others. And now, unfortunately, he's gone. So,
and we hear a lot of stories about that. In all these mass shootings, there's some people that step up heroically. We always think that, oh man, I couldn't have done it. You just never know.
No, I would have, and that's what I talked to my sister about, because I think she said, when you have these students, they become your children.
Right.
And I don't have children, but though I have babies that are close to me, my niece and nephew and goddaughter. So I believe it happens just like second nature.
Yeah.
You protect, and that would have been me. I know I would have been that guy. So.
And then I've been in prison. I've been in the military. I've lived life in the streets. But watching and hearing that video of those shots,
Yep.
and those kids screaming.
Sad.
That affected me.
Mm-hmm.
I just
No, it
was
does.
thinking
It's
about those
yeah.
children. These are freshmen.
Yeah.
He's in the freshman section.
You know, I was thinking about the parents, and that to say that when you send your children off to school, you
don't
think about
Yeah,
that. That's not
yeah.
even. I mean, I know if I had children, I wouldn't think that.
No.
I wouldn't even think.
No.
I hope you come home.
Right.
When you get home, this is what I need you to do.
And then because of the craziness, there were parents that had to wait hours and hours and hours to even find out if their child was alive or not because of the chaos.
And that's what's
It's just-
So when I say I feel sorry for him, it's a different type.
I know what you mean.
I don't empathize by no
Right,
means nor
yeah.
sympathize for him, but it's just sad that this is the measure that he felt he had to take
So
to get what he needed.
we had 345 mass shootings in 2017. There's only 365 days in a year. So you're talking about these mass shooters took a month off, almost a month
Pretty
off?
much, yeah. Pretty much
almost
every day
of 2017.
17.
And well, this is kind of unrelated, but white supremacist killings have
Just about to
doubled
say.
since this man's been in office.
And that was another thing too. When I listened to your president as he talked about as he as he addressed it. And that was one thing I
That
laughed.
dude?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. You know, it's like I felt no emotion from him. And I watched all of it. I mean, sometimes I was like, Benita, why you continue to watch this? But, you know, we can't help it.
Yeah.
But as we're watching, I'm listening to him. I'm like, I felt no emotion at all.
He didn't have. He's
First
reading.
of all, how do you tweet first about it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's number one.
Right.
If I'm not going to speak first, I'm not going to tweet. That disturbed me.
And
but-
then you're blaming people because they didn't tell that this guy was strange.
Right.
Now, if we told on everybody that was strange, we'd all be locked up.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of strange folks walking around
We'd all be locked up.
here. Yeah, half the folks around here kind of
Right.
strange.
You gotta tell. Like, come on, man, don't do that. Don't do
Yeah.
that. How about blame you and your other Republicans that don't want to do anything about these gun laws?
Yeah.
I'm sick of people telling me they ain't gonna never change the gun laws, or if they do change the gun laws, there's gonna be more guns on the black market. Okay, well, let them go that route.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's do something. Because thoughts and prayers. I mean, I'm a Christian, but thoughts and prayers is not enough.
So let me-
Faith without works is dead.
So when you say, because that was something we were discussing too, as far as what would you say as far as what needs to be changed?
First of all, I don't think the background checks are thorough enough.
I agree with
This
that.
guy
Because how did
passed
you?
the
Yeah.
background check.
Okay.
19-year-old expelled from school with mental health issues. How in the world
How does he even have that weapon?
to buy an AR? First, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Get rid of AR-15s as far as civilians. There's no reason whatsoever
Why you should
a
have.
civilian should have an assault rifle. You can say all you want to. You want to protect your family. You like to hunt. You don't hunt with those. They're not made to hunt with.
Right.
You hunt people with those.
And that's the thing. I'm not as educated on certain type of guns, but when I heard that gun, I did want to look it up. Like, why would someone have that type of
The
gun?
guy in Vegas, he had one. The guy in Orlando, he had one. This guy had one. The guy that killed the people in the church in Texas,
yeah.
he had one. It's the most popular gun now for mass. It's a gun made to kill a lot of people in a short amount of time.
Okay.
And what would be the purpose of a civilian having one?
And that's what I'm about to ask. Other than mass shootings, what would be the reason to want to purchase this
There
type
is
of
none.
gun? Except for the fact, because I do know people that are just gun enthusiasts. They
I do
just
too.
love guns.
Yeah.
So they just want to have different guns. So other than that, why would you want this type of gun?
So you should have to get a special, not a gun permit, but some type of light collector's license or something like that. Something that extra to make it not so easy.
Right.
I said before, I went to prison in 1996, 22 years ago. I can never, ever own a firearm legally in the state of Ohio.
Okay.
But if I was kicked out of the Air Force and had mental health issues, I could stockpile them and shoot up a bunch of people in Texas. Or if I'm a 19-year-old with mental health issues, I can shoot up a school in Florida. So that's got to change.
No, I
That's
agree with
gotta
that.
change.
I agree with that.
There's got to be some type of
It should be a
certain amount of
stipulation.
time of nonviolent whatever. Don't get me wrong. No matter what laws change, it's not going to stop this from happening because
Right.
people are just.
Right.
But to do nothing.
But don't make it
it's
too
like
easy
you don't
for
even
them.
care.
Don't make it easy for
Right.
them.
You shouldn't
I
made
agree.
it. You should have made it go to Walmart and buy it.
Yeah.
Come on now.
No, I agree with that.
That's
So
just
that was
silly.
my first thing. It's like, how did he get this gun?
Yeah.
Why, I mean, how did he get, especially his situation, in his situation.
And he had a gas mask with tear gas. What the?
Yeah.
How do you order that type of stuff?
Right.
And nobody questions it.
Right. It's too easy to get. It's too easy to purchase. So I know I agree with that. Okay.
So, okay, I got to move on from that because
Yes.
I'll talk about that all day.
Yes.
Now, this is the day after Valentine's. This is Happy Side Piece Day. And
no, I hate that. I hate that.
I don't.
No, I do. But we're going to discuss
Because
that.
it's true. I mean, it happens. But let me get to some more hate. You can go from one hate to another hate.
'Cause that's hate.
Like, right. So, I just started working again a couple weeks ago. And then last week I got sick. I was in the hospital. So I was a little bit behind on current events. So the other day on Facebook, I posted, because I had read that black women were talking about protesting Black Panther because of Michael B. Jordan's girlfriend, who's not black. She's not white, but whatever. And I know that the two dope queens are both dating white guys. So I was like, if you're going to protest Black Panther, are you going to protest two broke queens? Honestly, I'm being silly. I'm being funny because I could care less who anybody dates. You find somebody who loves you and treats you right, they could be green, purple. I don't care. But if you would have saw the responses on that post, the hate, oh my God. Women, the sisters, they informed me, and I thank y'all for hipping me on. They let me know that this was, I'm going to use the word hoax. He said it was not true. Nobody was planning on protesting anywhere. And that just was started by some black guys that want to hate on sisters. I don't know the type of dudes they talking about.
Okay.
But, okay. So, here come the brothers. See, that's why I'm like, wait a minute. That is not what this post was supposed to be about. And the venom spit back and forth. I'm like, we really hate each other.
We don't hate.
We
It's
hate
hurt.
ourselves.
No, it's, you know what? I think sometimes, unfortunately, our hurt is translated into hate. It's not hate. It's hurt.
I know it's not real hate.
It's not.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why I have to make sure I stress that, because I do get it. I do. And I understand. And there, I mean, first of all, since we're keeping it real,
Right.
I have some of those same feelings in regard. So
What, to
as far as,
dating somebody that's not black?
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm on the fence too, and I'm going to probably sound hypocritical. Love is love. At the end of the day, love is love. But because I was raised by the most amazing black man,
Okay.
I'm just going to be honest. I can never step away from that.
But you don't push that on other people.
I'm not going to say I push it, but I do have my opinions.
Okay.
I don't understand how, a black man can honestly, if you're raised by an amazing black woman, I don't know how you get with the
What
white.
if you're not raised by an amazing?
Then I get it. That's why I just said if you're raised by. But if you're not, I do get it why it may not be as important for you. For me, it's very important for me. Though, let me say this. I do respect and support those who find love, and if it's not within their race, I do get it, because love is amazing. God is love. So
Right,
that's
right,
not,
exactly.
let me say that. But with that being said, because I was raised by an amazing black man, I saw this man's struggles. And nobody knows our struggles the way we do.
Of course.
So at the end of the day, when our black men come home, we have an unspoken communication that we get it. You don't have to
Right.
say anything. I get what the world did to you.
Right.
So now you come home to your peace. We can take care of you.
Okay, we're going to get more into that in the
Yeah.
relationship part.
I could go into this one.
Phone lines are open at 440-252-0518. That's 440-252-0518. Now, the second half. Oh, lastly, one person made a comment about the two dope queens. And she said she don't watch the show because it reminds her of two broke girls. That was the only comment about the two dope queens. Everything else was around Michael B. Jordan and his non-black girlfriend. Like, man. So anyway, okay. So the next part of Black Panther, because this is all Black Panther stuff. So a petition is going around asking Disney and Marvel to donate 25% of the proceeds from Black Panther to the black community. I think that's absolutely ridiculous, for one, to ask these companies to donate for what?
No, I agree. That I agree with, because it's like why?
They're saying because it's marketed to the black community.
When they say donate to the black community, where does it go?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Give us all a check?
Yeah. Like, who do you give it to?
How about the United States give us reparations?
Right. I'm like, who do you give it to?
So they're asking a movie company for...
Yeah, no.
I don't get that.
I don't get that, because who do you give it to?
And somebody's actually started a petition. It's getting signatures.
That's why I would ask that person, who do you give it to?
Yeah.
Because there's so many people you can give it to, but who? Where do you start?
Did you ask Spike Lee when he made Malcolm X?
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you ask The Color Purple?
But I guess they felt like at that point it was already going back into. But no, I agree.
This movie is so huge already. It hasn't even come out.
I can't even wait.
I can't either.
Well, it's out because the pre-screenings have been shown since yesterday. But I can.
But I just think the petition thing is a dumb idea.
You know, it's sad that once black folks do something, we always have these demands and wants, and we come out with this ridiculous stuff. And it's like, why when we come out with something, everybody want to do something? Like I tell you, why don't you start something? You want them to do something. What if you started?
Yeah.
You do something.
I'm sorry, you all. I still have a few remnants left from my illness. I'm not contagious, though. At least that's what the doctor
That's what he says, yeah.
That's what the doctor says.
That's what he says.
If we're not here next week, it's my fault. You know? One other thing real quick on Black History, because I don't want us, it seems like when February 1st hit, we're all about Black History, and by week 2,
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Now, forget week 2. What about day 2?
Yeah.
But it's crazy how that is. And that's what people say. It's like we should celebrate all year long, because Black History Month is really 365 days out the year. Mm-hmm. But,
well, I tell people all the time, for us, Black History is every day.
It is every day.
We joke about it being the shortest month of the year and all that, but just the fact this country did recognize us, we got a month-long holiday. No other holiday is a month long.
Yeah.
But as black people, we definitely should live every day as Black History. Yeah. We are Black History. We're Black Future and Black History.
Right.
So, yeah, we need to be recognized for a month.
And it is. And sometimes I said, but how do you feel about this month? But I said, use this as a month to actually delve into. Yeah, because first of all, that's the way I was raised, to celebrate and to as far as do homework and as far as us. But some people say, it's like this month it's a joke, and I'm like, no, it's not a joke. It's not. It's a time just to focus on it. But yeah, Black History is every day.
I do wish, since we got information at our fingertips, that people go a little deeper than the average. Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King. Those are cool. Don't get me wrong.
No, but it's so much more.
Don't throw those away, but there's a lot.
More.
And we ain't got to go all the way back to Egypt either, because that's not American history.
Right.
Black history we're talking about is part of American history. Mm-hmm. Which brings me to this next point about, I heard an interesting conversation that you can't really recognize Black history without recognizing some of the white folk that helped us. Now, in general, I don't agree with that statement, but I get the point.
I understand what they're saying.
And they were talking about Bill Russell and Red Auerbach. Bill Russell became the coach of the Boston Celtics in 1966, in the middle of the Civil Rights Movement. Mm-hmm. And I got to give props to Red Auerbach for doing that, because Boston, to this day, is still, and sorry, Boston, y'all still one of the most racist cities in this country. Mm-hmm. And for him to do that in the 60s, to let that man be the coach, player coach, that was a big move. I got to give him props. I compared to Branch Ritchie, who gave Jackie Robinson a shot in the major leagues and opened the door for the rest of us. So, yeah, you got to, of course, there's some white people that helped us along the way, abolitionists and a lot of people marched. Bernie Sanders marched.
Right.
So it's not like Black history is
just that's right.
We just want to recognize. We want you all to acknowledge and recognize our contribution to this country.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's all.
And even still to this day.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
So I agree.
And Okay, one last thing. I knew this was going to happen. One last thing. Food boxes. So, this dude, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue,
Your guy.
said, we're going to cut the food stamps, but we're going to give you food boxes. You know you love that government cheese. You go get it back with some powdered milk and powdered eggs and canned peas. Oh, but if you get sick, we taking away your health care.
Yeah.
So we gonna give you a bunch of crap in a box, but you gonna love that
Right.
government cheese so much you gonna forget. Cause we tired of you getting steaks and lobsters on them food stamps. Man, are you out of your mind? You are really. I mean, it's almost like you are saying flat out, "I hate you. I'm trying to kill you."
Well, first of all, he is saying that. And he's letting it be known through this. I mean, this is like another slap in the face.
Right.
But then my thing is, and this is, my dad and I were discussing this, and he said, Benny, let's not put ourselves in a position where we have to depend on this guy.
Yeah,
That's why I say with us.
exactly. That's true.
We need to stay out of a position where we need to depend on this guy because, and I'm not saying, and I think about this because I know you say you're political, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like politics
Right.
because I've always worked in jobs. Thankfully now I don't have to. Well, everything is always politics, but we're so political. I hate politics because it's BS to me. It really is. And this, he know what he's doing. He knows.
But let me clarify this, because what I just said would make you believe that this is aimed toward black people. That's
It's
not what I'm saying.
No, that's true. It's not just
It's
us.
poor people.
Yeah, it's poor people.
Because there's way more white people
Yep.
getting food stamps than black people.
Poor people.
You're seeing with these mass shootings that are happening in these white schools, he don't care. He ain't changing the gun laws. So it's not a color thing.
No, I agree.
It's a rich versus poor thing.
Yep.
They use the word middle class to get us on their side. There's no such thing as a middle class. You're either comfortable or you struggling. In this country,
It's in between. It's
middle
in
class,
between.
you were comfortable. You know what I mean? You like two parents, both got a job, both got a decent car, got a nice home, kids go to a decent school in a decent neighborhood. That used to be the middle class.
Yeah.
Now the middle class is like millionaires are considered middle class. And
agree.
then the billionaires, of course, are the 1%, whatever.
right.
But I'm saying a lot of these policies are not directed toward black people, just poor people.
poor people,
Now,
right.
yes, a lot of us are poor, but
A lot of
he
them
don't
are too.
care about color. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay.
I would
That's
say
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
definitely
does.
he's
He
racist.
does.
Yeah, he is.
I
But
agree.
he's also what's the word I'm looking for? He's classist. Yeah. He's against poor people too.
Yeah.
But yeah, food boxes. I'm sorry, I can't get with that. I'm like, how do you distribute? We already got pantries. Pantries even give you produce.
Right.
You go to a pantry and get some produce. This dude, canned peas and canned string beans and powdered milk, government cheese.
And our favorite government cheese.
I need some butter. I need some butter with that cheese.
That makes some great grilled cheese sandwiches. That used to make some great grilled cheese.
It did.
It did.
And we can sit and lovingly reminisce about those days. But
Come
I
on.
remember standing in a mile-long line to get that.
Yeah. I remember it
My
too.
mother
We used
sent
to have
me.
that.
My mother sent me to get in line.
I remember that.
I ain't like that part.
We had the powdered milk and our box of cheese,
Yeah.
that long rectangular box of cheese. We had that. And it was great.
And it wasn't enough cheese for me to stand in Atlanta. I should have got half the block. That's how I felt. Long as I was in line. It was summertime too. I'm supposed to be out playing. I'm a kid. I'm in line for some cheese. Yeah, almost right. Big block of butter. Just remember Little Rascals when they making something, they just put a big lump of lard in the middle of the skillet. I mean, come on now, seriously. we're all healthy. Michelle Obama, my first lady, tried to get the world healthy.
And
Let's get these kids moving.
Yeah.
And let's build some gardens on top of skyscrapers.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get fit. Let me show off my guns and my nice dress.
You said canned pork for you.
Right. This dude say, give him some Spam. Wait a minute. I've had Spam. There was a time I actually liked. Yeah.
I've never tasted. What is Spam?
It's.
What is it?
I've
never had it.
I have no clue.
But you ate it, and you liked it.
I was 5. Yeah. They fried it. Put some government cheese on it.
So you fried it?
You put government cheese on anything, and it's pretty good. But yeah, I actually, as a kid, I actually liked Spam.
Okay.
You know,
because I don't like, what is it? Like, what's in it?
Well,
like,
you know,
what is Spam? Like junk. It's like, ugh.
I loved ham. Right.
Oh.
I loved ham, and it rhymed. It was the same color. I put it in a skillet. Let me get that. And that's what my mother did, and that's what I did.
Okay.
I don't want none now.
Okay.
Thank God I ain't getting food stamps because I don't want a food box. Let me choose what stuff I want to die on. If I want
But you know what, though?
to buy some potted meat, let that be my choice. Don't just give me some because that's what you think I deserve.
But then that's why I say with this, and this is what I was talking to my dad about. It's your choice. Don't put yourself in a position where you got to receive
of
food.
course,
and I, that's what I tell people. Let's not put ourselves in a position where we need a food box. How about that?
But the only problem with that is, when this country's set up, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be in that position.
It's going to be somebody going to be in that position. But one thing I've learned, we choose to be in that position. Because I'm just going to keep it all the way real. We don't. And I say that because I had 2 parents that started from, as they say, from the bottom, who worked their way up. So if you are in that position, you are choosing to be in that position. And I have to say that.
You know, I don't know how you speak.
Please do.
I was writing a comment, and I was going to jump in, but I said, I'm going to let the white people handle this one.
Yeah.
They was correcting this man, and they was going off. It was a bunch of white women and people been on the assistance program. And they were like, you know, the majority of the people are veterans, disabled, and elderly people. So, you know, you can't punish, not
that's different.
Sick already.
Right.
Now that's different. And that's different. And that's true. That's different.
You got to understand, the people she just described is the majority.
Right. Now
of people that's getting assistance.
Right.
And the veterans still don't get enough.
That's why I said I ain't going to jump in the conversation.
No, but that's,
Everyone's thinking it's us.
Right.
And it was these white women who was jumping in like, wait a minute, I had lost my job and I needed those. And it would came down to $1 and something a day for me and my child. They was going off about it. And I said,
think about,
that's true.
Think about all these cities that had coal mines. And this dude promised to bring them back, even though that killed more people than whatever. Anyway, when those coal mines closed, they had to get on assistance. There was nothing else in those cities for them to do.
And that's different,
nothing.
Yes.
The one dude that had a little general store, he's the richest man in town. Because he ain't had to close.
Right.
But he probably struggled too, because when everybody else was out of work, they probably wanted to borrow some Spam.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to take a break. We're going to listen to a song or two. And when we come back, I want you to tell me what love is.
Yes.
I want you to show me.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
Hi, this is Clotia Mack from Cleveland, and I love listening to Elevations Radio.
Hey y'all, this is Robin Hill, owner of Elevations Radio. I want to invite you all out this Monday, February 19th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. for the Connect Networking Mixer. Our theme for this one is building community. What do you do? What do you need? Let's build our community up. Come on out and network with each other. Tell us what you do and what you need so we can help each other build. The Connect is about supporting businesses, and we are supporting Cavante's Restaurant and Lounge. So make sure you come on out to Cavante's and purchase something from the menu and support one another, get to know each other, and help us build our businesses. Cavante's is located at 691 Richmond Road, Richmond Heights, Ohio, 44143. And again, that's Monday, February 19th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. That's next week, so I'll see you there. Networking at the Connect.
Things that you know and things that you do, places we go when I'm with you, how you speak for me before I can say never gonna leave and I'm here to stay. Trying to figure out, I praise God instead. Always want to know just what you like. That's the reason why that I have to say, I find it so amazing how you know the things you know about me. I just wanna say that I'm amazed at how you love me. What you do, the way you do, how you do, is what you do. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you, baby. Yeah, I will miss you, yeah. Every little thing you do, it's amazing, yeah. Love you give, it's so crazy, yeah. So amazing you are.
Okay, we're back. Phone lines open at 440-252-0518. That's 440-252-0518. My co-host is laughing at me because I got my chair sanitary napkins on the table.
Oh, my gosh.
But I did tell you all that you'd have a chance to win free sample. Tell me what you think. Call in. You know?
Yeah.
So here we go. So yesterday,
Valentine's Day.
For us Ebonic,
Yeah.
whatever. Valentine's Day. Like I said, today is National Side Piece Day.
I hate that.
I know. And I'm being silly because it's really, it's reality, but it's not cool.
Can I even touch on that real quick since we're
Sure.
just going to go? Because it's sad because honestly, sometimes the side pieces, the quote unquote side pieces, get more love than the main
Yeah.
piece. That's the sad part. It's just unfortunately she or he may have to wait because there's some males that side pieces too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be one. But I mean, the reason, oh, no wonder I couldn't see. My lens fell out again. The reason why there are side pieces is because somebody's missing something in their main piece.
Yep, I agree.
So, yeah, a lot of times side pieces get more love. They don't mind waiting an extra day because they know it's going to be worth it.
Yep, and they get taken care of. Not saying I've been a side piece, but I'm just saying that I know those.
I'm working on it.
No, but that's real, and it's sad because it's so many. I hate that term, but I'm gonna use it for the sake of the conversation. There are a lot of side pieces, and anybody knows I'm passionate about this conversation because I'm huge. I mean, I do literally research on couples, and I purposely talk to couples and people to try to understand. Like I have too many friends that are so unhappily married.
Yeah.
It is sad, and I know my dad's not listening today, so I think he's not. But with that being said, I told him, I said, Dad, I don't know one married person that has been committed to their marriage, and that's sad.
That is.
That's sad. And I do know because there are people who are happily married and have yet to cheat. And I say yet. But I don't know anyone who is married who has not cheated.
Wow.
And that's not to say everyone who is cheated is unhappy because some people, and I would say male or female, is greed. Because everybody who's cheated is not unhappy in their situations.
That's true.
But majority are.
I watched a video the other day of this couple had been married over 50 years. And they were being asked, how do you all do it? And the woman was talking about women believe that it's all butterflies in the stomach, this and that. And she said, that ain't it. Mm-hmm. You know who he is, he knows who you are, and you work. And she was talking about how, he'll put her glasses on her purse when he knows she's about to leave because she'll forget them.
But you just hit a point that I just had a discussion with someone 2 days ago. And that's the problem. People don't know who they're marrying.
Yeah.
I have people tell me all the time, and it's because I'm in the business of having to connect with people's energy. They're afraid, and this is, if I could put this out there, and I can't wait to be married, but people don't ask the harsh questions. People they don't know who they're marrying. Yeah. And I always ask people who are unhappily married, and more so for me, it's always the men I'm talking to. They always say, I didn't know my wife. And I said, well, did you talk to her? Did you even get to know her?
Nope.
For me, I ask all the questions. People always say to me, I never had nobody ask me this. I'm like, how do you not? I guess for me is once you know yourself, I need to know you.
Right. And another part she was talking about knowing him, but understanding she's not a man, so she's not going to see things the same way he does.
I agree.
But they find a way to have some common ground. The part I like what he said, she talked about the glasses on the purse. He was like, he told her from day one, whatever goes on in this house, stay in this house. You get mad at me, I'll go sleep on the couch, I'll go sleep in another room. I'm not leaving here. You not leaving here. You ain't going to your mama's. You ain't calling your sister. We gonna work this out together. I loved when he said that. We are too lazy nowadays. And I mean lazy in the work and relationship side. We are too quick to leave.
I think because we weren't taught how to deal with it, especially in the black community. I say this with my parents, and this is not something I feel bad saying. Though my parents are divorced, but you can't tell they are. But with that being said, we don't know how to communicate with each other. We were taught when there's issues, you just sweep things underneath the rug. I believe in the black community, we don't want to go seek quote unquote help. We don't want to get counseling. So we keep everything in house.
No, that's kind of the problem. We seek help the wrong way. when we're
Yes.
talking about side pieces.
Right.
I'd rather go to that woman and complain about my woman
Right.
than go to my woman and complain about
And that's not even
because I
seeking
don't
help.
know how to argue with her without it blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like it's too much passion there. It's too much emotion there that if we start arguing, I'm gonna say something I don't mean. You're gonna say something you don't mean, and it's over.
And to me, that's okay because sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
I don't mind you saying something that's going to hurt me because I know you need to get that out. But I always say this, I don't think in our homes we are taught how to handle conflict.
Chris Rock said, I watched Chris Rock last night. Sorry, Monique, on Netflix. And
And I heard that was good. I have to watch it.
Good,
I heard that's good.
And I got to give Cat Williams another chance.
I love Cat Williams.
I couldn't get past first 10 minutes, but
I love
I heard it was his best. I'm going to give it another shot. But anyway, Chris Rock was talking about he just recently got divorced. Mm-hmm. And he blamed himself.
Oh.
He said, it's my fault. I cheated. I messed up. I blew it.
I didn't know
and
he was divorced.
he's basically telling men, well, both men and women, if you got somebody good, hold on to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's common. Everybody say that, but he was saying things like, all you should be doing is having sex and going places. Have sex and travel. He said, because see, this is the thing. You talk about as time goes on in a relationship. You might talk about, oh, well, they changed. Nah, he didn't used to pick his nose, or she didn't used to. He said, no, that is the same person. Those problems were there then. You just didn't care because you was too busy having sex.
Well, and I'm gonna say
I
this
think,
too.
even though that was a joke, I believe there is a lot of truth in that.
It is, but I love people say people change. Yeah, I change. I would never be the same person
Right.
today that I'm 5 years from now. I'm not going to be the same person.
Exactly.
We all are supposed to evolve. So I hate when people say he changed or she changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the same person I was just 2 days ago.
Right. But he's talking about
But I know what you mean.
bringing up
Yeah.
issues
Right.
like they're new.
And it was
Like
always
when you
there.
change, you're talking about growth.
Yeah.
And everybody, we all want to grow.
grow. We wanna
Especially when you're a
evolve.
couple, you want to grow together.
Get together. Yeah.
And that should never. But when you started talking about, I hate cool water. That's all he wear. He was wearing cool
Yeah.
water when you met him.
But when you in love, you bypass that because.
But I'm
yeah.
talking about you not in love yet.
Yeah.
Now when you are, Now when
you're
you
in-
are in love,
Yeah, you don't
like-
care. You don't care that they picking
you
their
might
nose. It's
mention,
almost
like-
kind of sexy they picking
right.
their nose.
You might
Like,
say
I love the way you pick your
right.
nose. That shit is. I'm sorry. That stuff is.
you might even say, baby, I don't like cool water.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What you like? Oh, well, get me something for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going back because I like cool water. That's what I buy. You spend your money on Obsession, I'll wear it.
Right.
Because I love you, baby.
Right.
I'm just not bad.
But that's any relationship. Once you fall out of love, I swear we nitpick every little thing, and that's how you know that you're not there anymore. 'Cause-
That's the one thing that's hard for me to accept.
what's that?
I've never fell out of love. Everybody I ever said I love you to, I still love to this day.
That's two different things.
Not.
That's not what I said. Being in love and in loving.
No,
that-
I'm saying I'm still.
See, I just said no. I've always loved and I'm like you. Every relationship that ended, it wasn't me. It was bad timing. Like I'm still
Right.
cool with every significant relationship I had.
Right.
But with that being said, I still love them. I'm just not in love with them anymore, and that's what I mean.
I'm still in love with everybody I was ever in love with.
Oh,
I'm in love with my daughter's mother. I know for a fact we could never ever. Oh, please don't be listening to this thing. We could never be together.
then you're not
I know
in
that-
love with
no,
her
no,
then
no, no.
anymore.
That doesn't
I don't
mean I'm not in
agree.
love.
I don't.
I would do
I believe you
anything
still
for her.
love her then.
No, I'm in love with her. I loved everything.
So I don't
about her.
get that. That doesn't make sense to me.
She's
Forgive
not a
me.
good fit for me.
So that's why I don't get. How are you in love with someone that I can never be with again?
You could be in love with somebody you're not a good fit with.
I don't agree.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't. I believe, like with my exes, I still love them,
Mm-hmm.
but because I'm not in love with them anymore, that's why I can never be
Let
with
me
them
tell you a
anymore.
quick story about me, which
Yes.
will kind of explain my thinking.
Okay.
When I was in kindergarten, 5 years old,
Okay.
I had my first girlfriend,
It's too young. Go ahead.
and
That's the problem.
I believe it was Valentine's Day. I really
Okay.
do. And my mother knew I always loved women, always have girls. So she knew I was crazy about this little girl. She gave me a bag of her old costume jewelry to give to her for Valentine's Day. And I gave it to her. Her mother made her give it back because she thought the stuff was real.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, we 5. Shouldn't have been doing that
you should be giving it to everybody.
But I thought about marrying her the first time I saw her.
Okay.
And like every relationship I've ever been in, that's like my first thought. Like, I'm gonna marry her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people that I'm always in love. I'm always.
Me too.
I do love. There's some people I love, but not in love with.
Yeah.
Like my friends.
Yeah.
But no, every woman I ever had a relationship with, I am in love with still.
No, and I respect that. It's just my thinking.
Right.
Yeah. It's no, I don't believe that. Are you still? Yeah, are you still in love? How about you still love them? Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Now we get
Hey, JoJo.
Right. Now we get into what I'm talking about.
That's a good point. No, that's a good point, JoJo. Is that some people do fall too fast, and I thank you for saying that, because thankfully I know my friend is not listening to that. But some people do; they fall too fast, and I still think, not saying you, some people
No,
don't.
she's saying me. She knows me.
But I'm not going to say you, but some people don't know the difference of in love and loving, but not you, because we do fall too fast for in love.
Yeah.
And I do. I don't. I believe once we.
I think the fact that I just told you I gave jewelry to a kindergartner shows I fall too fast.
No, and I get it, because anybody knows me. I'm a big zodiac person. Pisces. We are lovers by nature.
Right.
Pisces and Cancer. We are lovers, and so when I fall for you, I fall in deep. Like I'm like all the way in. But when I'll still love you.
Right.
But the moment we separate, I'm not in love with you anymore. Because there's things that we'll do for people that we're in love with versus people that we just love.
That's true.
And
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I believe you, because if you say it, I believe it.
And there's only been, let me get the count right, because I don't want to make nobody mad. There's only been like 4 in my 54 years on this planet.
I mean, 4 for me too.
So that's not saying like
but
I've
you're
been
still
in love
with all of those
Yes, I
women.
am. Yeah.
So would you be back with all of those 4 women?
No.
See, that's what I don't understand.
No, only because I'm stubborn.
If you're still in love with them.
Because they weren't in love with me.
Okay, that's
I can't. Once I make the decision that I'm not ever going back to, I don't. I never have.
So you're still in love with them.
The only person that I've been in a relationship with more than once was the daughter of the mother of my children. Because she's the mother of my children.
Yeah, that's understandable.
If she wasn't, when that ended, it would have ended and been done.
So are you still in love with her?
Oh, yeah. She can call me right now. Well, not right now because I'm broke. But if she needed something and I got it, she can get it.
To me, that's love. That's not in love. To me.
No, I still think she's one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen in my life.
I get that, but that's not being in love. So she said to you, but hey, I would like to be back with you.
But see, you're equating being in love with you got to be together.
No, I equate with when you're in love with someone, you want to be with that person when you're in love with them. When I love you, I just still want to see you do well. I want to, hey, if you need something, if I can give it to you, I'm there for you, because I want to see you still do good. I don't want you, but I still want you to do good.
Let me say this.
Yes.
I want to be with her. She's the mother of my children, but I would never be with her again.
But you're still in love with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I'm a different animal.
That's okay. I'm a different animal too.
I'm a poet.
No, I get it. That's why I'm okay. I don't judge it, because it's like I get it. I just, for those that I've always, and I'm never, because I go against all society norms, but it's like those that we're in love with, we actually still want to be with. But once I've decided we're done. I love you. I wish the best for you. I'm not in love with you, but if you need anything and I can be there for you, I got you. But I ain't in love with you anymore.
I want to be with her. I just could not ever be with her again because of our history.
Yeah.
I can say I'm in love with her because there's some things I can't live with. See, if you're in love with somebody, you can be honest about, I can't deal with that. Because when you're loving someone and you stand together just for that, that's not being in love. That's being fake to everybody involved. And everybody winds up hurting in the end. So, and I'm like this when it comes to people in general. I love you first. Now, where it goes from there is pretty much up to you.
I agree.
I can love you more. I can love you a little less.
Yeah.
So that depends on how our dynamic works. But as far as in love, I can't explain it. There are certain people, I see them, and this woman in Korea told me when I was 19, she was staring at me, and I'm like, what's wrong? Why are you staring at me? She said, your face, oops, so. She was calling me pretty, beautiful. She said, but you got one problem. I'm like, what's that? She said, you fall in love with every beautiful woman you see. This woman don't even know me from a can of paint. I was like, yeah, you're right. And so...
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you?
It's been
you?
For me, I'm 54 and never been married. Okay. So, you know, maybe not so good for me, but that's my curse. That's what I live with. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. It's been great for me because I love being in love.
Yeah. And being in love is a beautiful thing. It's a great feeling.
I don't want to have a do anything. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it
all the way.
I don't like this. Let me ask you this question while we're talking about relationships. Why do you enter into a relationship? Like, what's the goal?
You know what? That's a good question, and I think initially it would depend on that depends on the person. Myself, I enter because I look for the long term. I look at marriage. To me, that is the goal for me. But that's not the goal for everybody.
Right.
But for me, when I enter a relationship, I'm always thinking marriage.
Right.
That's why I ask all those questions, because I can zero you out first conversation. But that's my goal because that's how I was raised, and that's what I saw, and I love that structure.
I just think it makes sense. I mean,
but that's not everybody, because everybody didn't see that structure.
Right.
Some people are so negative about relationships, not even speaking marriage.
Oh my goodness.
They're just so negative.
Yesterday,
and I can't.
People were hating on Valentine's Day.
But you only hate when you don't have love.
Miserable
because
people.
Even if you don't have love, I still celebrate love. So I mean, because like you say, first it starts with self-love. So if you love yourself, how can you even hate on love? But so to me, those who are negative on Valentine's Day, which I mean, that's such a man-made holiday and all that.
Yeah.
But I still say it's something you're lacking within you.
It was made to celebrate love. And some people I know were joking.
Yeah, but some people was real. Yeah. But some people were real.
Yeah. There was people like, I hate Valentine's. I hate you all. I hope you break up. I'm like, wow.
Now, I will say this, if we can get into this month, because this is real, because I talk about everything. It's something I was listening to on a radio show, too, about multiple relationships within a relationship.
Yeah.
And the woman I was listening to her speak on the radio who was sharing her man with another woman, and I have to touch on that next week. I mean, when I tell you that is something.
I saw a meme, a man with two women. He said, if you're in touch with the universe, you would know that this is natural.
And so we can segue into next week.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's crazy. 2 points I want to make. Being raised Muslim, Muslim men are allowed to have up to 4 wives. Anybody knows me, they know I think that's a bunch of BS. Because I understand, because I was raised in it, I understand why it was. And they were saying because of women who didn't have husbands or whatever, and they needed help. Well, my thing is just donate to them. You ain't got to marry them because it's greed.
Can I say this? Brothers, if you can handle more than one woman,
half y'all can handle the one woman you got.
4?
So let's start with that.
I'm good.
But that being said, the multiple wives things. But I never forget when I was in Africa the second time we went on the safari, and I never forget this moment. I was with my father, and there was a lion with 2 lionesses sitting next to him. And he was looking like, yeah, these my women. I mean, that was just the look on their faces.
Yeah.
And my dad, even though jokingly, but I don't know if it was too jokingly, he said, "But I told you that's how it was." I'm like, no, it's not, Daddy.
But in the Lion Kingdom, it is.
It is.
Like one king with his...
And it was literally, it was a lion. I mean, I could picture this today. There was in this little bush, and it was a lion in the middle, and there was 2 lionesses around him.
Right.
I'm like, no, this is not the way it is.
And sometimes it's more than that.
But it was 2, and he was like, "Benny, I told you that's how it is."
But those are animals. They're not men.
Yeah, but that's how men are too, dog. But no, that's something I really want to touch on, because believe it or not, I've done my homework in that area too, and I have actually talked to women, and we can get on this, who live the swingers lifestyle. I've literally purposely delved into that world because I wanted to understand it.
I mean,
So
I knew we weren't going to be able to get through a lot today.
no.
So I already had planned for next week to, hopefully there won't be any more tragedies for me to talk about, and we can spend a lot more time on it. I'm pretty sure this dude at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is going to do something that's going to piss me off, but I'm going to try to ignore that too, because this is very important to me. I am really a strong believer in relationships. I think two people together can accomplish a lot more than one person separately.
And with that, I have to add, because this is where I thank my father. He said paradise as a Muslim, and it was from one of the imams, but I hold this just in general, is that paradise lies at the foot of a woman. And I'm huge for relationships too, because I've yet to ever meet a man versus male who states that I am not who I am without the woman that has stood by me.
Right.
And my father be the first one who was attest to that. He always say, I'm not where I'm at today without your mother supporting everything and everything about me. So
I keep losing my lens. So I'm blind, and
I'm gonna have a poem for next week as far as relationships.
I got one this week. I forgot about it early on. Okay, this is gonna keep falling out, so I gotta bear. Oh, okay, there we go. So, let me see if I can just read this.
Let me read it for you.
This ain't a Valentine's Day poem. Just a love poem. More than your face and your curves, I can't seem to find the words. I don't even know how much you hear, but you have an incredible spirit. It shines brighter than the sun. More than my heart, you've won. You have such a radiant smile. I may be stuck staring a while. Your words seem to have a plan to make me feel like a better man. Your personality is so uplifting, and yet your soul is so forgiving. You are the definition of queen, the most wondrous creature I've ever seen. What they say about patience is true, for I waited as God created you. That's my poem of the week.
I love that.
And that's our show. God, the hour go by so quick. We got to figure something out here. I got too much to say, but I'm glad we're all back.
Yes.
And healthy, and hopefully none of us get sick.
No.
I shouldn't even put that in the atmosphere.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
So let's everybody go enjoy Black Panther together.
Yes.
This weekend.
Please support it. And that's one thing I want to stress. Please,
no hate.
Please support it. Please
and please, everybody go into the advanced screening. Don't talk about it on social media. Let us all see it, please.
Well, I know we got to go, but no, that's not hating, because I'm happy that those who have seen it, because honestly, if I wasn't here tonight, I had a ticket to go see an advanced screening.
And you would have put it on social media what it was all about?
No, what I would have said, no, everyone who has, because there was a screening yesterday, and I would say, yes, I'm happy people did promote it, to say, hey, go out and support this, because this is one of the dopest films, and I have to say that, out here. So no, I
don't mean that. I'm talking about spoiler alerts. Like people like say, oh, he got killed at the end.
No, I didn't have any. What I've seen on social media, people have just said, y'all have to see this. Yeah. And I am kidding you. I should have been there tonight.
And I got the soundtrack already, because Kendrick.
Oh, the soundtrack is
Kendrick
amazing.
Lamar is my boy.
The soundtrack is amazing.
I'm not a big hip hop fan as I used to be, but I like Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar is on a different level, though.
And I think he was a perfect person to do that soundtrack. But we're going to see you all next Thursday.
And talk about more relationships.
That's right. We're going to try to
I want to go deeper.
Hour.
No, we're going deeper into it.
Okay.
Because I got some subjects I want to really talk about.
And yes, all of my exes, I am still very much in love with you.
I'm not. I love them. No, I love my exes. But me and all my exes we still talk to. But if I'm still in love with you, we would still be together. So
all my exes
that's the
live
reason.
In Texas.
Oh, well.
That was a song.
Okay.
Anyway, develop your hunger for knowledge and feed it. Pick up a book and read it. Set a goal and see it through, and always, always believe in you. Love and peace, fam.
Peace out.